All right, let's dig into the AI supply chain because right now, as we're heading toward the end of 2025, it is a wild story. We're seeing incredible hype, a ton of frustration, and at the same time, some absolutely massive, game-changing successes. And it's all happening at once.
So yeah, let's just get right into it because this is the central mystery that's really defining the whole industry. You hear all these stories about failed pilots, wasted money, and then in the next breath, you hear about companies getting these unbelievable results. I mean, how can both of those things possibly be true?
Well, here's the paradox in a nutshell. You know Gartner? They've officially put generative AI in what they call the trough of disillusionment. That's that phase where all the big promises meet the cold, hard reality of actually making it work. And yet, at the exact same time, you've got this elite group of companies, Deloitte calls them digital masters, who are just absolutely crushing it. And if you want to put a number on it, check this out. These top performers, they're seeing an average of 3.2 times the return on their AI investments. That's more than double what everybody else is getting. So this isn't just a small gap, right? It's a huge AI divide that's basically splitting the industry in two.
So, what's really going on here? What's causing this massive divide? Because here's a hint, it's not actually the AI itself. Let's peel back the layers and really get to the root of why some are winning and so many are, well, not.
And this is so crucial to understand. The biggest roadblocks, the things stopping people in their tracks, they're not technological, they're organizational. You've got companies hitting a brick wall because their data is a complete mess. They can't find enough people who know how to do this stuff, and honestly, they have no real strategy or rules for how to even use AI.
And if you want to understand just how bad that data problem is, just look at this number. Gartner found that only 3% of organizations feel like their data is actually ready for AI. 3. That means a staggering 97% are not. That right there, that's the core of the disillusionment. But okay, let's flip the script. Because where AI is working, the wins are huge, they're real. But the secret isn't in those flashy, headline-grabbing AI tools. Nope. The real wins are happening with something we can call optimization AI. This is all about using machine learning to solve these super complex, but really well-defined operational problems.
And one of the biggest wins, by far, is in-demand forecasting. I mean, by analyzing these massive, messy data sets, AI is helping companies predict what you and I are going to buy with just stunning accuracy. In some cases, it's slashing those forecast errors by up to 50%, and that translates directly into less wasted stuff and fewer empty shelves.
The scale of this is it's mind-blowing. Take UPS. Their AI routing system, Orion, it's a legend in the industry for a reason. Every single year, it cuts out 100 million miles of driving. Just think about that. That's not just a crazy amount of money saved on fuel, it's a huge win for the planet.
And this isn't some one-off thing. Look at Unilever. They built an AI platform for their forecasting that pulls in everything: sales data, social media trends, what their competitors are doing. The result? $300 million in savings every single year, just from managing their inventory better. So all this success we're seeing today with optimization AI, it's really paving the way for the next big thing, the next frontier. And believe me, we are on the edge of a massive shift in how we think about AI altogether. This next wave has a name. It's called Agentic AI. And honestly, the best way to think about it isn't as a tool. It's more like a virtual coworker. You give it a high-level goal, and it figures out the steps, it executes them, and it course corrects all on its own, without a human looking over its shoulder for every little task. This is probably the simplest but most powerful way to get it. The AI we've been using up until now is basically a co-pilot, right? It helps a human who's still flying the plane. An agent, though. An agent doesn't just help with a task. It can automate an entire multi-step process from start to finish. It flies the plane itself. So what does that actually look like? Well, take that forecasting example. An AI agent wouldn't just spit out a report for a human to read. No, you could tell it, your job is to maintain a 99% service level for this product, and it would monitor demand in real time and automatically place the orders itself to make sure you never stock out. Or think about procurement. An agent's goal could be, find me this component within this budget. And it would just go do it. It would evaluate suppliers, check for risks, and could even run automated negotiations with multiple vendors at once to get the best possible deal. All on its own. And in logistics, this is where it gets really powerful. Imagine an agent that's managing a whole fleet of delivery trucks. It doesn't just plan one route in the morning, it's watching live traffic, it's monitoring the weather, and the second there's a big accident,
Boom! It instantly and autonomously reroutes every single affected truck to make sure packages still get there on time. Now, obviously, the impact this is going to have on the workforce is profound. Gartner is already forecasting that this level of automation is going to reduce the need for human planners by as much as 30%, and that's by 2030. It's going to fundamentally change what work even looks like in the supply chain.
So the takeaway here shouldn't be panic. It should be, okay, I need a clear, actionable playbook. The big question is, how do you make sure your organization lands on the right side of that massive AI divide we talked about?
It all comes back to those 3 roadblocks we saw earlier. It's that simple and that hard. To get across the divide, these are the non-negotiables. First, you have to fix your data foundation. Second, you have to invest in training your people. And third, you need to build a really clear governance framework before you even think about scaling this stuff.
And here's how you should think about your investments. Look, don't chase the hype. Start with the boring stuff. Fix your data. Then, go after those high-return optimization problems, like forecasting or routing, to get some quick wins and actually fund the rest of your journey. And only then should you start to really experiment with this next frontier of agentic AI.
Which leaves us with one final and kind of provocative thought. As we move from a world of AI copilots to a world of autonomous AI agents, the very definition of a team is changing. So think about it. When your company is hiring for the future, what does it really mean when your next, most productive hire might not be human at all?